I have been tasked with setting up the Ironclad Managed Package in Salesforce. As a designated Salesforce admin, I am taking on the responsibility to configure this integration. And here's what you need to know about this installation. Ironclad Salesforce integration enhances contract management by streamlining data flow between the two platforms. Workflow Launch, which allows users to create or update contracts in Ironclad using data from Salesforce. A button in Salesforce redirects users to a pre-filled Ironclad launch form, supporting both standard and custom objects. Up next is Workflow Sync. This provides real-time visibility into the progress of Ironclad's workflows directly within Salesforce with the Ironclad workflow object. Additionally, it does sync documents and comments back and forth for collaboration with your team. And last but not least, Record Sync, which ensures completed contract metadata and optional signed copies are pushed from Ironclad to the contract object in Salesforce. It can also update related objects like opportunity fields or create new ones such as a contact with the signer's information. So why use Ironclad Salesforce integration? Well, most teams often face delays managing contracts in Salesforce due to manual legal follow-ups. This integration solves all that by embedding digital contracting within Salesforce, improving speed and data quality. This integration allows teams to launch, track, and search contracts directly in Salesforce, ensuring data consistency and enhancing collaboration. And some of the key benefits include initiating and negotiating contracts without ever having to leave Salesforce. Secondly, you have access to automatic data updates from in-flight contracts into Salesforce and vice versa. Then there is centralized contract visibility and collaboration, being able to see what's going on and who's working on your contract. And last but not least, actionable insights through Salesforce reports and analytics, being able to report on all of that metadata. This all streamlines the contract process and eliminates delays. Now that I've geeked out on all the integration components and functionality, let's focus on the best practices for connecting Ironclad and granting the appropriate permissions in Salesforce for business stakeholders. To install the Ironclad Managed Package into our production environment, I use a system admin account to access the App Exchange. Installing for all users ensures a seamless experience without any permission issues. The Ironclad Managed Package includes 2 default permission sets for standard users and admin users. However, these sets are not assigned to any users by default, so they won't see anything in their instance initially. After successfully installing the Ironclad Managed Package in our Salesforce instance, I'll return to Ironclad to link the 2 systems together. For this, I also need administration privileges. If you're looking to connect Ironclad to a Salesforce sandbox for testing out integrations, it's best to do this with a separate non-production Ironclad environment or use Ironclad sandbox mode to configure testing. What are the differences between a non-prod Ironclad environment and a sandbox? Let me explain that. A separate non-prod Ironclad environment is best for extensive testing. It lets me build and test workflows, create records, train users, and test additional integrations like a normal environment. Also, using an Ironclad non-prod environment allows us to test with e-signature capabilities. So what does sandbox mode do? Ironclad in sandbox mode could also be connected to a Salesforce sandbox and simplify testing since it mirrors your production account when you toggle it on. This is best for basic testing as it limits functionality that doesn't require additional integrations. Now that we've connected our Salesforce account to Ironclad, I will complete the additional security steps by generating a unique token in Ironclad and authenticating the account connections in Salesforce. The integration is powered by OAuth, ensuring secure communication between Ironclad and Salesforce APIs. With everything in mind, I will connect to ironcladapp.com, but if I was based in Europe, I would use ironclad.eu. To avoid any login issues or connecting to the incorrect account, I will use a custom domain for precise connectivity. As mentioned, Ironclad does come with 2 permissions already set up, Ironclad Admin and Ironclad Standard, which can now be assigned to our users. Ironclad Admin gives object permissions of read, create, edit, and delete, and Standard User gives read, create, and sometimes edit access. For a full breakdown of each, see Ironclad's support website for all the info. These permissions are specific to the Salesforce Managed Package and do not restrict access to features on the Ironclad CLM. The package respects both Ironclad and Salesforce-specific access rules. In Salesforce, I need to assign the corresponding permission sets to each user who will need access to the Ironclad features. If I have multiple users, I can also assign it to the profile. If for any reason my business needs to change up permissions, I can clone and customize them in Salesforce. And those custom permissions are Ironclad Workflow Comments, which gives access to the Chat tab in Ironclad Messages, allowing users to view and post comments, add mentioned users, and add new participants approvers within Salesforce. Ironclad Workflow Communications is slightly different and gives overall access to Ironclad Messages, including both chat and email tabs. And you would be managing a contract if you didn't have Ironclad Workflow Documents, which gives access to Ironclad documents, allowing users to view, download, compare document versions, and upload signed signature packets. Ironclad Workflow Emails gives access to the Emails tab in Ironclad Messages, enabling sending and reading emails, downloading documents from emails, and uploading email attachments to the workflow. And the glue that holds it all together is Ironclad Workflow Permissions. This gives access to embedded workflow launch forms and a general Ironclad workflow object in Salesforce. This must be assigned to all users before granting other specific permissions. Again, for a full breakdown, please do see Ironclad's support website for all the info. With all of this information, I definitely feel more confident I can clone the package permissions and configure it according to what my company needs. One note on user matching. After provisioning my users in Ironclad, I double-check the Salesforce user email matches the email in Ironclad to prevent any approval or login issues that users may face. Before Ironclad users can fully utilize the platform, a few more setup steps need to be completed. Next, I will set up the workflow design and mapping in Salesforce, which is covered in a separate video.